Hey guys, my name is Cityyak and welcome back to another episode of our isolated city here in City Skylines, where today we're actually going to build a brand new airport. Now, sounds crazy from everything I've been saying recently in the last couple of episodes about the airport, but I want to reconfigure the cargo one again. I know I'm so obsessed with it right now, but trust me, this will be the final time that we mess around with this freaking airport right now. We could call it a day, and then we can get the farm industry and then the woodland industry all up and running, and we could all be happy and go to bed with no stress, right? Right, guys? Well, anyway, welcome back to another episode. If you are enjoying the series, then make sure you smash the like button down below. If you are new and here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when the next episode does come out. So, the issues we've been having, if you haven't been keeping up, if you have been keeping up, I'm going to sound like a freaking broken record right now. This airport. Too many planes coming in. Can't get the cargo turned around as easy as we would like. Causing issues. We can't get enough imports. Now, the main reason is we're an island. If you played any other normal variation of City Skylines, you would have outside connections for road and outside connections for trains. Now, we don't have those, so we're having to heavily rely on ships and planes. Thus, what happens is our ships and planes become overloaded. You start spawning more than what you would normally get. Now, the ships are okay because we have lots of harbours that they can go to. It ain't too much stress. But when it comes to the planes, they are limited to said airport itself. And the problems we got is too many planes, not enough stands. I kind of got rid of some in the hopes that, because a lot of you guys said I've got too many stands. Well, I feel like it's the opposite now. I don't have enough. So we're going to completely reconfigure it. And, right, I'm also going to build a second airport. Now, I'm going to build the standard cargo airport in the game. And I just want to see how much that's going to change things. And also just give us the additional option to have more planes landing. So, these are my game plans right now. We're going to extend the roads inside of the airport. Actually, do you know what? Let's cause some issues, okay? This is going to be bad right now. Right, let me not have trees. There we go. Right, let me cause some issues. I'm going to go to here. And then we'll delete this fence as well on that road. Right, let me delete this. Ta-da! Oh, the game's going to hate me right now. They're going to hate me so bad. We'll delete all of this as well. We'll delete all of this. Right, we'll get rid of it all. And we're going to start from scratch and go again. So this is my game plan right now. Now, if I can remember how to do this as well, because it's all over the place, these roads. Where's me 4-lane roads for me airport right now? Is it down here? Does it come under industrial? Yes, it does. So what I want to do is, this length here is 25. So if I do another 25, and I do another 25, we'll come back to that in just a minute. Last episode, I had 3 either side. So I'm going to now re-add what I originally had in. So let me bring up my cargo stand. Where are you? There we go. So this is what I originally had in last episode, and in general I had 6 stands in total. I'm now going to add in 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I need to actually extend that road a little bit more. So if I bring that road down by another 10, and this road down by another 10 as well, cut it straight across to kind of continue this loop that we've got. And then also implement, because this is another problem we've got as well, is this cargo train station right now is being so freaking overwhelmed. We're going to replicate another one of them here. So that means I've got now 6 stands on both sides. But that doesn't stop the problems there. I'm kind of going to say hasta la vista this turn off there. We're not going to be able to use it, but we'll still keep it in for this entry point just there. And I need to now build runways, and I need to kind of configure the kind of, what's it called? The taxiing systems, and have separate ones to get to separate areas so it's not all overwhelmed. I'll explain in just a moment what I mean by this. But first, I need to extend my airport area. So I'm going to bring this down, I'm going to bring it up here, and I'm going to run it down because I can see us needing quite a bit. Whatever I don't need, I'll eventually get rid of it. Let's just kind of fill this all in, la-di-da-di-da, and shabam. So the annoying thing about the airport is it kind of flattens the land, and I have no idea what's going on here. with these little mounds. And you can see a little bit of the metro line too. But let's roll with this then. So, basically, on the old variation of the airport, where's my taxiway? There we go. On the old variation of the airport, we had 2 runways. One for this side and obviously one for this side. Now, when they landed, they all kind of lined up on the taxiway to get to the stands. I want to do it a little bit different this time. I want to kind of have 2 taxiways to the approach of these stands. And then basically one for the first 3 and then one for the second 3. And I will do the exact same thing on the opposite side. So in reality, if I can get this all up and running, I'm going to bring this to there and in and just create a little miniature loop just here for those. Do the exact same for here right now. Actually, I might extend this over. So if I brought this over by another 10. And, oh, this is not in the airplane zone. The airport zone, I mean. There we go. There we go. So bringing that up to, I'm going to assume it's there, but let me just quickly bam, bam, well, bam. If I bring this out myself and I'll flip it round. Alright, flip you this way. So that means, right, if one plane wanted to go to the first stand, originally we had 1 taxiway. So if one plane wants to go to this first stand there, and there's a plane already here, and we had 10 planes waiting to go to all the other stands, you had to wait for that one plane to go. But if I split them and divide them early on, at least we can separate them. Now, the other issue is then, well, how are they going to get from here to take off, to leave? Well, we're just going to do that there. Problem solved. Problem solved. So bring in this by another 10 just there, and then bring in this. We have to obviously divide them. So that's how we can do the approach there. Now, we need to try and replicate this on this side, which is going to be interesting because we have to kind of flip the runway around for the other side. So if I do it by a 10, down, bam, and then obviously that will go out this way. Oh, hold on. I'm doing it this way. Shouldn't I be doing it that way round? I just realised I'm doing this one the wrong way round. There we go. I gotta flip it round. So that there should be a 20. So in reality, I gotta go from here in. Down, down, down. 20 in. Up. 20 in. And that obviously comes from there. And then if I do a glorious additional 10 and 10. So that now mimics it the exact opposite way. Beautiful, boys. Beautiful. And then I need to, so that I got to flip these round, and then we can all exit back out. Exits this way, and oh, that's a point. Yeah, that's got to go that way, and then oh, hold on. If they're coming up this way, they got to exit that way out. But that then comes in. Ah, sorry. I had a moment there. This is obviously the exit to then go out. I had a moment there thinking like, what am I doing here? Right, okay. We've got that all set up. Now we've got to try and implement the runways. Now, for this side, the runway's got to go this way. And then for this side, the runway's got to go that way. But it's now just a case of how am I going to do the runways? So if this one's going this way... Actually, no. No, yeah, it has to, sorry, because I can't crisscross them. Is basically what I've got to do. So let me just figure this out anyway. So this is a 10 mark from there. Then if I do a 20 mark to there, and then we'll run the runways in the middle. So let me just kind of run this to the end. And this to the end. All right, I'll delete these in just a moment. I might actually keep some of them in, I don't know. I'm just using these right now as the dividers for me runways. So this one's going to go this way. And I reckon that we start with... Because that is the middle point just there. If I can get it without that thing moving. So to go all the way down to, for example, here is a 91. What's that runway like? Do you reckon that's long enough? Let me delete and start again. So rather than go here, I'm going to go back by... Oh no, because I've got this sticking out as well, don't I? Right, we'll go back here. But I'll go up to... Oh, no. Hold on, guys. My airport zone. I'm going to go to 100 is what I'm going to do. So, there. 100. Wabam. Beautiful. And then the other runway, right, which... Again, the way I gotta configure it, if I then went here, 10 away, why is that not playing ball? Oh, it's because the distance was too short. So if I went to 100 from this, that's 103. I'm not liking that. I'm gonna go from here instead. So 100 there, that is that runway then done. So I'm going to delete this bit, just delete this to here, and then we'll reconfigure it right now. So, this is the entry to get in. Actually, let me delete a bit more. So, down to there, and then in. Which means you delete, or I'm going to have to delete all that. So, this comes down to, well, I'll flip it around. Easier to flip it around. So, that is the exit to get out. Nice and simple, standard, clean, efficient, effective. And then to get into it, let me get back to here. So I could just kind of bring it out here. I could do this. No issues, no dramas. My only kind of problem would be is if there's too many planes waiting on this little section, it might take them a slight while to get to where they need to get to. Now, if I delete this road, right, if I deleted that road, I can utilize a bit more of the area that I've got. I can't wait to work with the edges because we can kind of key wall it all off to kind of create this beautiful little kind of space. But at the same time, I could also shorten the runway. No, I like the idea of 100. Let's just see how this works and how this plays out. So deleting that back, I could go instead, right. What happened there? There we go, boys. From here, so I could do a 10. I can't do a 20. This airport zone is really annoying me. It really is. So, by a 20. By a 20. Right. And then straight down to there. And then in. So it kind of goes round. I don't know how I feel about that. But all it is to basically make it to where... Can I go diagonal? Yeah. To where I'm creating a longer run here because I don't want these to back up these guys coming in this way. And what if I just kind of went... What if I just carried this diagonal? Like this. Do you know what I could actually do? Is have it separate. Why didn't I think of this? And then run that diagonal. Just to kind of fill the gap up. Or I don't know. I don't think I like the diagonals. No. I didn't think about doing this separate. Well, that's pretty cool. This is the other way I can do it diagonally. Now, will they backlog? That's another point as well. The longer I make this, because that's a 17. I mean, straight to there's a 27, but this will be a 17 plus a 21, so it makes it longer to get to that area. Yes. Right, let's flip that little bit around, delete here. So this will be trial and error, I assume. Trial and error. And I could do the same here as well. I could have the exit on here, 10, 20. Right, and then run that to some degree. Right, and then straight in. I could run this diagonal. That looks really funky, doesn't it? I also think I might shorten this diagonal a little bit. So instead, come from here with the diagonal. There we go. That's a little bit better, isn't it? So it gives me now two ways in which a plane can land, and 2 ways that it can utilize the taxiing systems. Right or left, depending if they're going to the back 3 or the front 3 of the planes. That's perfect, isn't it? Now, I don't want to put into play mode just yet because I still got a lot of bits and bobs I want to do. But that's dramatically increased the size of your boy's airport. That really has dramatically increased the size of my airport. And also looking at it, I could maybe shorten this and push it down a bit more. With the way we've got the runway set up. So I'm going to delete this because I'm all about trying to make it as efficient as I can. And also try and save some space because this is really a bit of dead space at this point, isn't there? So if I brought this down just to here, just so I can get my alignments all done. Actually, bring down a bit more. We'll go from here then. And then obviously I want the 100. Oh no, okay, I just realised I can't go that distance. We'll go here instead. Because I need the overhang. So we can get on and off. So if that's the 100 there. Right. I delete all that real quick. Delete this. Oh, I didn't really need to delete that, but... There, that is then to there. Kill that off to there. So we kind of gain a little bit of space back and move it down a bit. Can't move it too much because the way we got this approach set up. And I won't do a diagonal because it kind of makes it a little bit longer to get up to here for the backlog. Right, we'll roll with this. We'll cut back on the airport area. Just ever so slightly. So it gives me some space to kind of terraform the edges. And before I do put it into play mode, I'm going to build another airport, a standard airport. Okay? And I'm going to build it here. Believe it or not. I'll tell you why in just a moment. Let me just get this road set up. So, the road of the trees. Bringing that further down. Now, reason for it is, right, this is the custom airport. I'm going to also complement it with the standard cargo airport. And also, get every plane that lands at this new airport is one less plane to land over there. So, if I do overwhelm it with all this additional stands, at least I've got another airport to kind of take a little bit of the heat off as well. So, we will... How big is that airport anyway? So, airport, it is this one here. Oh, it's actually not that big. I was going to say, do I put it here on the inside? I'm going to put it on the inside, somewhere like here. Oh, and we got the train line just there as well I can utilize. Okay, so I'm going to put it round about here. So if I pick a random spot here, let's do a 10. And I'm going to do a double-sided rural road. So if I go down by a 20... I'm going to do a 5x5 bend on both sides. Bam. Do another 20. 5x5x5x5. And then whack that straight in the middle. Oh, is that a little bit too close to the highway? I think it might be. Right, delete that. If I then select all of this and then just move it down. Do you know what I'm going to actually do? I'm going to pull it there. And I'm going to delete the road to here. And then that 4-lane road, right, we'll stick it by 10 off just there. Well, that's not the one with trees. There we go. And then we'll use the connection tool, just kind of have that slight kind of bend in it, which would complement just nice. Bam. Why are you not working? Oh, because it's the one with the grass verge. It's not even that road. It's this one. Oh, I've gone for the 6-lane road. That's what I've done there, haven't I? Is that the right road now? Yes, leave me alone. Okay, so that will give us space, plenty of room. I just want to then connect this. So what I'm going to have to now do here as well is delete this. I'm sorry, train, that I've now deleted you, by the way. But I'm also going to bring this out by 12 by 10. Let's go 12 by 12. Play it safe. Wow, that couldn't have been any more perfect if I tried. Right. And if I go back to underground mode. 21. But this is not going to work out. I can't do it like that. I can't do it like that. So what I'm going to have to do here then, because this is quite interesting now, is I'm going to have to obviously bring it out like this, which is fine. I'm going to have to make it go kind of underneath. But the way I make it go underneath, I'm going to have to kind of stagger it. So I can then get because a 20 will lead me over to there, which would probably be a bit too close. So if I go a 7 by... Oh, that's going to be even more annoying as well. So if I do a 6 by 6, a 6 by 6 to run this a little bit too close, maybe. (21) by 21. So I need to use the connection tool. Now, it is kind of annoying that I'm having to do it like this. If I try and reduce that bend as much as possible... Actually, I can increase it. It doesn't really matter. Right, you can't see the drama that I've now just caused on the ground. And that distance from there to there is a 30, so you can definitely stick a train in there. I'm just hoping that these bends are adequate enough for a train, which they should be. I'm hoping that's enough as well. It should be. It should be all fine. Oh dear God, no stresses and dramas. So water covered. Oh, we need to. Oh, we gotta set the train station up over here as well. Water over here. Bam, bam, bam. This one's going to need its power down to there. And I need to set the train station over here as well. Now, I'm doing all of this without putting the game into one single play mode. Which is a bad idea, because in reality, I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't, and that's probably the foolish thing to do. So this is a 5 by 5 bed. I haven't even measured that distance to know if that's going to be enough. Oh, why am I doing all this blind? I don't even know anymore. What is real life? Okay, there's plenty of room. No stress. Oh, what I could do as well is where we have this line coming in goes to this station. I could have this line coming in here go to that station. So they're both utilized for different lines. Oh, I don't need to be underground anymore. That actually could work out a lot better. So if that's a 14, and then that to there is a 7. So a 7 by 7 bend. Oh, that's actually quite a cool thing to even do. But I'm going to need a couple of little kind of connections. So, you know, they can kind of do U-turns in the road to go to where they want to go to. I could do that with, like, the normal road here. Like, I can maybe bring this down by... just out by 5. It just gives them the ability to kind of, you know, do a little U-ey here and there. 5. Do I also then pick... If I did one there, where does that connect? So just little kind of sections where if you get off this stand and you're driving down, you can kind of do a little U-ey to go back up rather than having to go all the way down and round. Yeah, I think that's quite a smart idea. Now, I've implemented all this and I haven't pressed play once. This is the moment of truth. This is where we find out right now if this was a good idea or not. I'm not sure what's going on over here, but again, that's be something I'll solve momentarily. But I'm now in play mode. I can see us having crippling issues with the planes right now because they now no longer know how to approach. And I can also see us having our imports completely slashed because it's all over the place right now. But I'm hoping this system gives us the ability to get the planes in a whole lot easier and quicker. That plane was about to land at a runway that no longer existed. Right, so expect there to be quite a few issues. As we kind of continue. But I've got it in ×9 anyway, so we'll see what issues do come of this. It shouldn't be too difficult. We'll get rid of these trees real quickly around the runway. I'll do all the terraforming at a later date. So this is just to kind of get things up and running. So I'm hoping they've redirected their route straight away. I'm already getting vehicles using the new train stop. So that's pretty handy. It'll take the little bit of heat off this one as well. And hopefully we start to see more stands being used too. So we've got 105 flights currently active. And yeah, I'm not sure if I have to delete any planes. If they get stuck or not. We'll see. Now, we also have this airport over here. And I'm not sure when we'll find out if they'll... Oh, is this trains going straight into it? So this should instantly start generating some planes. So I'm hoping the burden kind of comes away from this. Now, it does seem very quiet right now, but this is the calm before the storm. We've got to wait for them to reroute themselves and then start landing here correctly. But it's the airport looks so much bigger now. You won't believe that this is just a cargo airport. This is not even like a normal pedestrian passenger airport. But where are you going anyway? You're going to this one here, okay. Which says 20 active flights. We're waiting for this one to load up, really. But this is the cool thing. Because that one's waiting, obviously this one's got to wait now anyway. And so is this one. But any planes for these free stands can just kind of come in at an ease. Same with this. So I'm hoping... I'm going to assume we're going to still see planes backed up. But I'm now kind of set up the ability to have them... have 3 additional stands be on different taxi systems. So we can get more planes in and out than we could do before. That's the only thing that I'm kind of hoping for. So we're going to see some weird behaviour until it's all sorted again. But things are looking okay right now. Less traffic around here. I'm only going to assume because of the way the airport... Oh, okay, double planes landing. Oh, got planes over here too. This is when the real issues now start. So has my imports now been slashed? Oh no, they've gone up to 4,000. Okay, that's good to see. We're starting to see a lot more planes now at the airport. Like I said, the calm before the storm. Is that plane there stuck? Where are you meant to be going? Oh no, you're going to the... Okay, it despawned itself. Okay, so you're still going to have a few issues here and there. But I think this was a better idea. We've got trains. Having 2 platforms as well, 2 stations, means we can get double trains loading and unloading at once. Well, double the amount that we could do before. So that's kind of also a good thing as well. Right, okay. So things seem to be okay right now. We're down into like double digits with flights. I can only assume because we've got planes landing and taking off from here. So everything seems to be okay for now. I think it's just one of those things. As time goes on, we'll see if it gets bulked up. But I wonder if it will start then making these guys no longer complain about the raw resources if we've got more imports coming in. It's just one of those things. Time will tell. Yeah, we're getting more imports coming in, which is really good to see. So just give it some time. Just give it some time. Again, I can't do it. There's not a lot I can do about this, especially when there's like 18 flights, 22 flights for the one stand. This has got 0. This has got 4. This one's got 8. So not really a fat lot I can do, but it doesn't look as overwhelmed as it once was. But I wonder if this one will get overwhelmed. Okay, that might be... Well, it's not really an issue, but this is now hilarious. Because we got a lot of trains going in here. This might cause a backlog. Ooh. He's gone from one issue to another. But I suppose that they're going to be constantly flooding in anyway, these trains. So it's not like they're going to be backed up. They've got the space to maneuver. 70 odd flights right now. This is actually working out fairly well. We've got stable imports and exports because of the planes right now. I mean, I know we've got this little bit of a backlog here, but it's a lot better than what it once was. That's what we have to keep reminding ourselves. It's better than what it once was. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Do you think this is a good move? Because in the space I've got left is either going to be for my farming industry or forestry industry, or I try and build one each on the other sides of the highway and around. I don't know how I'm going to approach building 2 more industries on the island, you know, to reduce even more imports coming in. We're going to have to see how that goes, honestly. We have to see, unless I can squeeze like a farm industry somewhere else. I don't know. Ultimately, I don't know. You can now, okay, now you can start to see the issues slowly coming in. So problem is, this plane here is now waiting for this aircraft stand. This aircraft here is completely empty, and I'm not sure how long we've got to wait until it wants to fly out. Is it stuck, that plane? Yes, okay, it was stuck. So that's what the issue was then. That one was kind of stuck and it just despawned itself. So these planes are coming in. 2 more in. Hopefully the backlog gets satisfied. 3 planes there. I'm loving this. There's so many more planes. It looks like a real airport at this point, doesn't it? And look at how little... Oh, that's a point, actually. Look at how little cargo is here. Now, is that because we are being abused over here? Yes. Yes, we are. So what I'm thinking that we might need to do is change our approach with how the trains get in and out of this area, and also try and set the ability to utilize both sides of this airport. But then again, it's only a couple of trains. We set up the V's perfectly to make sure there's no backlogs and no jams. And they'll all just kind of slowly pass themselves through. I'm hoping they don't start favouring this one over this. I mean, it's not bad, but problem is I'm gonna have no cargo over here. But see what happens. See what happens as time goes on. So I feel like my imports are now lower. And it is technically true. They are slowly reducing. I don't know whether this is really quiet because of this airport or the changes that I've done. I mean, yeah, you can say this airport because obviously, look how many planes are spawning in. I think that's taking a little bit of the heat off of this one. But I'm not going to discard it just yet. I might delete that other airport and just, you know, still run on this one alone. It all depends, right, guys? It all depends on what happens moving forward. It's very interesting. I know the actual flights are getting a little bit lower and lower and lower. So we'll see. We shall see, boys. We shall see. And if this is now starting to backlog over to here, so I need to change this approach of how they get into this area. I might resort back to the original, then kind of link this somewhere else just to kind of make it a little bit easier. Pull this up and around and then maybe down. Or even kind of get the 2 airports connected via the train lines too. That might not be a bad idea, but we've got other things that we need to do. This is a great start right now. The big issue was reducing the amount of flights coming to here, which we have done dramatically. I don't know whether that means I've now pushed them over to here. Most likely. But I feel like this is good, a good plan, a good expansion, a good kind of system for now. With dividing the traffic. The imports are slowly starting to come down. I don't know if it's kind of affecting these guys. I feel like they're still complaining the same level no matter what. So I don't know how much we're going to try and win by, but there's definitely a little bit of a buzz going around right now, these planes. For now, guys, we're going to end it here. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, smash a like button down low. Until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.